Hello, welcome. Thank you so much if you are here today. It's wonderful that we can be connected in this incredible way, and thank you so much to my supportive fellow team and supervisors that allow me to bring this class to you in a recorded virtual means. Apologies, I realized that last Wednesday I actually forgot to explain that this would be a pre-recorded class, and tomorrow my family and I will be traveling not so far away, just to a camping site somewhere near Sasquatch Lake, and everyone's pretty excited, but we still haven't packed, so there we are. It's been a busy day for us, so I feel really thrilled to get this opportunity to just take a moment to come into the practice of grounding and pausing and all that this practice brings. So without further ado, let's just come into your space, wherever you wish to be. Brilliant. Okay, so begin wherever you wish. This is your practice. Just a reminder. I'm going to invite you to be seated, maybe to take a child's pose, maybe to lie down. And I'm coming to you on Saturday, which is a beautiful, glorious day of weather. There's a constant breeze, but the sky is so blue. And we've had a lot of outdoor time today as a family. Been in the school garden doing some work, and then at the farmer's market sampling the goods that other people have made, and now finally here with you. So whatever your day may have brought so far, let's see if we are able to just let that start to shift and dissolve, and through whatever tools or means that work for you, coming into the present. Now, some of us have different methods. Something that I particularly enjoy and works for me is to really feel into the earth beneath me. So lying down is a wonderful way to feel the earth. Seated, beginning to feel your lower body, your pelvis, making that release into the earth. Maybe just starting to become familiar with any sounds around you. And orientating yourself in your space. And as so many of you will be familiar, our breath is also a tool that we can utilize to bring our being into the present. So as much as possible, just welcoming the full experience of the breath right now. And there's no need to start to shift or change the breath. If you want to, you can. But simply the act of noticing is powerful. And I often find through the act of noticing becomes just a little bit of a change anyway, naturally. Now, if if you would like to, you could start to potentially bring your exhale to become a little bit longer than your inhale. And as Yin is a restorative practice, as we start to sort of bring our breath to be that little bit longer on the exhale, it has the ability to shift us into our parasympathetic nervous system. Now that all just sounds very fancy way of saying that we're coming into a rest and digest, into a place of maybe just being more present. And I know from some people in my own family that allergies might be challenging right now. So if it's tricky for you to breathe through the nostrils, then just make best as you can through a combination of the nose or the mouth. Now, for those of you that are familiar with metta meditation, this is a Buddhist construct, technique, practice that invites, I guess, connection and the power of affirmation to sort of bring an openness to extending and expressing love and connection with ourselves and also others and also the world around us. So I invite you to join me right now with the following meditation. Now, if you want to close your eyes, or if you want to lie down, or if you want to prop yourself up against a chair or the wall, that's totally fine. There's no rules, just find the tools. As my friend and singing teacher, Erica D, always says, no rules, only tools. So I would like you to bring your hands maybe onto your heart or onto some place that just allows you to feel into yourself, into your heart, into your being. And let's take that few moments to again just settle in, to feel in. Now we will start by offering our affirmations to the self. And there are so many different interpretations of this, so today feel free to follow along with my affirmations or create your own. So we'll start by saying, may I be happy. May I be safe. May I be healthy. May I feel peace. And may I feel love. And just holding your own being in your consciousness, in your hands, in your awareness as you Just let that become absorbed. Now from here, maybe we can let somebody into our hearts or extend our hearts out to a person that we very much love, highly regard, hold dear. And it doesn't have to be a person, it could be a special sacred space. It could be maybe an animal. It could be a teacher. So just holding them, really, really bring them close. Bring them to mind, maybe even picture them, or picture a scenario, or picture an experience that you have had with this being, this thing, this place. May you be happy. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you feel peace. May you be loved. Or may you feel love. Take as much time as you need with this. And now we'll shift again. I'm bringing maybe someone that we know, but not super well. It might be a neighbor in our community, or it might be a member of your community that you would like to know more, or someone maybe that you meet frequently in a situation, but you've just never really got the opportunity to fully get to know. Maybe someone that works in the supermarket, or in and around your office, or who knows. Someone that's in your life. So take a moment to find that person, or it might be again a place or a being. And then let's extend again and feel. May you be happy. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you feel peace. May you feel love, be loved. And now, and finally, let us come to maybe a more challenging aspect of this practice, and this is finding someone who maybe we don't have the best relationship with. Maybe there's a fractured relationship. Maybe they are a frustrating person to you. maybe it's a place, maybe it's a politician, whoever it may be, or whatever it may be. Just really, really focusing on this person, this place, this thing. And then let us send the same affirmations too. And feel this expression from our hearts, from our beings. May you be happy. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you feel peace. And may you be loved. Feel love. Thank you. So from here, let's bring a little bit of energy up through the spine, or shift the energy that may already be moving around. And we have our energy centers that are all sort of along the spine, our chakra, energy wheels. And as we kind of bring this movement into the spine, it can help to shift any stagnation, any kind of blockages, anything that's kind of become a little bit stopped. So we can do this in various ways, but maybe as we're already sat, or if you're not sat, maybe come to a seat, and we'll come into just a little bit of seated rocking and rolling through the pelvis and the spine. Just find the natural pathway and guidance of the breath. Coming to a seat, and you can bring your hand to your head and just gently start to open into the neck and maybe the trapezius. Sometimes it's nice to drop the chin slightly and feel that little bit of a shift. Over to the other side. And you don't have to bring the hand to the head if that feels too much of a pressure. Just let the head hang as it needs to. Draw the chin slightly down. And then interlacing the hands behind the body. Draw the fingers right down toward the floor and find as much opportunity to open into the front of the body, the heart, maybe into the throat slightly. propped up on a cushion or a block, you might bring your hands a little further back. Fabulous. And then bring the feet onto the floor. And shift onto the feet if that is available for you, or stay as you are and bring your hands inside of the legs maybe, but as much as possible dropping the tail and opening up through the heart, strength of the spine, but also the fluidity of the spine, keeping it long. And I'm going to shift away from the cushion, but it's still there. It's still there, kind of supporting me. But just giving this little bit of movement into the feet is a wonderful opportunity to possibly feel the connection with the earth through the feet, which is grounding. And also great for our sort of connection through the center of the body and through the root chakra. If you don't have a cushion there, or if you want to remove it, that's also just great. Really, again, just pay attention. Pay attention to the breath. Shift or bring any movement that you need to adjust into the body. There's no need for us to be, like statues. We are constantly moving and changing and growing. And little by little, we will shift onto the feet. So if you're not already on the feet, bring the feet to the floor. And then let's bring the hands down and use that as a means to drop your head, but lift your hips. Now, my feet are quite wide. I might bring them a little bit closer, but it's completely up to you. You can experiment as much as you wish by, changing things up or experimenting with things. And another thing you can try is to bring your feet right against a wall or a door and just kind of check in with that and how that feels. And you don't have to have the knees sort of locked. In fact, bent knees is just great. So we're trying as much as possible to find, sort of release through the spine. And you can imagine maybe when we're sat down for multiple hours, sometimes there gets to be like these little sort of compacted areas of the spine. So as we use the sort of gravitational force to drop the head, the idea is that we're creating these little sort of openings or opportunities for openings in the spine. And also, again, if you are struggling or suffering with your allergies, with seasonal allergies, these forward folds bring all of the sort of pressure into the head. But when we come out of the forward fold, sometimes it has this magical effect of releasing the pressure. So just about now, or you can stay here longer if you want to, just about now, we'll let that go and just check in. Maybe there's a little bit of a clearing. Maybe not. That's okay. Okay, so we're going to come into a position that personally I'm not hugely, I don't like to come into this. Truthfully, it's not a position that is comfortable for me. However, possibly these positions that we don't find wonderfully comfortable are the positions that sometimes we might need to bring into our bodies a little more regularly. So this position is mostly referred to as frog, and the feet, kind of the heels, basically are coming together, and we are bringing so much openness into the hips here. So the knees are coming out to the side. You can use a cushion, a pillow, a bolster to sort of bring or hug or release into. You could maybe bring your elbows out. You can maybe extend the arms as an option. Your head can be supported by a block or by something, but just making sure that we're not scrunching the shoulders in, that we're not drawing the shoulders in. So as much as possible, releasing. Now this is reportedly really health promoting and helps digestion and possibly helps relieve back pain and possibly helps our hips to remain open. So notice where you might be resisting. Notice where you're holding and holding and holding away from the floor. And how can we sort of just a little bit maybe let that go. Feel into the breath. Where is it occupying? Where is it within your body? Maybe it's in your back. Maybe it's in the sides of your body. Maybe it's right down low into your lower abdomen. Maybe it's up high in your upper lungs and rib cage. Now, how can we transition? Maybe it's by bringing the arms in. Maybe little by little we reach the knees under and come to table. And then from here, bringing one foot forward so as to come into a lunge shape. Maybe bringing in something for supporting the knee. Maybe you have some blocks with you here in your home or wherever you may be. Maybe you're in office. Soften the shoulders. And start to draw the spaciousness into the hip, reaching through to the top of the head. shoulder blades might draw down and opening again into the heart center. And then taking the sit bones back, drop the sit bones and open into your front leg. If you need to prop up the foot a little ways with something, please do. And maybe a little wriggle through the hips to become aware of whether your hips are a little sort of strangely situated or however they might be situated, just becoming aware of them. And then reaching forward again through the heart. Now, we don't want to reach out through the chin because that's kind of constricting into the throat. So keeping the chin soft, reaching through the crown, but also opening through the heart. Wonderful, and then let's take that back into a Anahata Asana, or puppy dog pose, as you might hear it called most frequently. Heart bowing to the earth. And use your pillow or whatever you have if you want it for your head. Otherwise, reach your sit bones upwards and then open the front of the chest into the earth. Arms might be quite wide. Chin to the floor or forehead to the floor. Let's come into the second side. So our other foot coming forward, if you can remember which one you took back last time. The heart opens, reaching your both hips slightly forward as we open up through the heart. Your back toes can be tucked or open. Reaching back into our Hanuma Asana. And you bring a little bit of a cushion underneath the hip, I don't know, wherever you feel that it would be useful. And again, just check in with the hips, with the positionality of the hips. Reach for the crown, let the heart radiate out. And then actually, the heart is not just in the front of the body, so also feeling the heart into the back of the body and the sides of your body, just as important. Beautiful. Let's draw the foot back. Come back to table. Spread the fingers. And then pressing into the one hand, lifting the arm up, so as again to sort of open into the upper body and the heart center, and then bringing the hand, if you want to, back, keeping it lifted. Then, from this position, slide the arm all the way under. So we're threading the needle. Slide the arm all the way under the body. The head can come onto a pillow, just making sure that the head and your entire spine are kind of connected. Your arm might lift up if you want, or you can bring it across the body possibly. Back down when you're ready, and then the other arm coming up, reaching space between the arms, one arm reaching up towards the sky, one arm reaching down toward the earth, and then let's bring the arm under and through. And again, I'm going to just twist around because I don't have a lot of space on my one side. And it's like you're creating a little bit of space into the back of the shoulder, but at the same time opening through the thoracic spine. And to some extent the cervical spine too, as we're kind of rolling a little through the head and the neck. Gently come back down and through, and let's come into Vrasana. And from Vrasana into a forward fold, bending at the hips, so folding at the hips. The knees can come wider if you would like. And just taking that moment for the spine to be neutral. slowly. So it's up to you. You can stay with the legs in Virasana, or you can bring one leg in front of the other. Bring your sit bones between the legs, or you can come into any comfortable seat, as much as possible feeling a sense of evenness through the sit bones. So you can practice just the legs, or continuing with this kind of ideology of sort of opening into the upper body, let us also consider coming into this sort of opening through the back. Now, you can use a scarf, you can use a belt, you can use a strap, you could use a sock to bring between the hands in the back of your body. So you can take one arm up. Yeah, I'm taking the opposite arm to my upper leg. And then folding at the elbow, you can kind of help the elbow come up if you wish. And then bring the arm around and under. Reaching elbow down and up. And drawing the hands in toward one another with the aid of your strap or belt or sock or whatever you're using. Now just pay attention to the body today. No 2 days are ever the same. You know, I notice in my own body that as I'm approaching my period, my hips get very tight. I always have this feeling of, oh no, my hips have all seized up, what's wrong? And then I remember, my period. So just paying attention to where you are in your cycles, your work, your family life, whatever is going on for you, and how the body may respond. Bodies are very subtle. They're very sort of subtly aware and connected to the energy. This one position and change the legs. If you do have one on top and one below, change it up. And get into this position however you like. This is just one way of getting into it. As I said, kneeling, crossing the legs, any seated position is just fine. Maybe the legs are extended. Second side. So this is also really a great practice from your desk. You know, if you just were to even read an email in this position, wow, maybe that would be a really, I'm going to try that. I've never tried that. Maybe I'll try that. Bring both sit bones into connection with the earth. Now, oftentimes when I first started yoga, I attended a very traditional hatha yoga class, and the yoga teacher was very old, and she would always get us to practice the lion breath. And I just remember always being so distrusting of this. Why do we have to do this? But it has such a wonderful effect of releasing any tension from the face and the jaw. So why not? Let's make ourselves look absolutely ridiculous as much as we can. And come into lion breath, or cow face as it's often referred to. Let's try that again. And again. Releasing the arms. Maybe a little bit of a roll through the shoulders. And then from here, let's come into our rebound position of pentacle pose. So that your arms, your legs just kind of open out into like a star configuration as much as possible. Just kind of find a little bit of space away from the wall or any furniture. Your arms and legs widen and shift into the earth's support. You might notice the energy in waves of movement, however you are starting to feel it, whether it's pulsing or tingling or like a wave. Little by little, you might bring your feet onto the floor, extend the legs out, maybe bring your hands back to the heart, and just returning to the metta meditation. May I be happy. May I be safe. May I be healthy. May I be peaceful. May I be love. to your own form of relaxation, however that might look. Coming into Shavasana. Any resting position. Begin to outpour into the earth beneath you. Feel the arms growing steadily heavier. Feel your breath steady and smooth and soft. If you're ready to bring movement back into your body, do. If you're still comfortable in Shavasana, maybe stay a few more minutes. There's absolutely no reason reason or need or feeling of obligation to move from wherever you are. But when you are ready to, feel free to make that transition back into the body, into sensing, into movement. We can close up this practice in our own personal way. Really, all of our practices are our personal sort of journeys, so it makes sense to close them up in our own personal way, whatever is sacred to you. But I would like to just acknowledge the land on which we are guests, and this practice, this sacred practice that has been so generously shared and brought through countless teachers and sages and seers. And I would like to thank you for your own work, your own light work, and bringing this and the elements of this practice not only, on your mat, but into your relationships and your workplace and your family and all the essence of what we are working to do and be. So thank you so much, from my heart to yours. Sending best wishes. Thank you again for being here. And thank you to all of the admin that work to bring this to you.